recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wrestling Challenge. I'm Gorilla Monsoon, and my colleague, Bobby the Brain Heenan, joining me this week. Find your favorite chair, settle back, and relax. Here comes the greatest sport in the world.
Will I get the talk?
Tremendous matches coming up here this week on Wrestling Challenge. We've got an unbelievable card. We're going to be taking a look first at Koko B, Ware, and that is Mr. Excitement personified, and Frankie along with him.
Let me handle this one, Mike. There it is, my man, the next world's champion, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
And unbelievable, the former tag team champions of the world, the Dream Team, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake.
And the original two mutts of wrestling.
There they are, the current reigning World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, the British Bulldogs. Let's go to the ringside.
The following bout is scheduled for one fall.
Introducing in the ring at this time, from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 241 pounds, Steve Lombardi. And it's soon to be making his way to the ring area, from Union City, Tennessee, weighing 228 pounds, the Birdman, Koko B, Ware.
Koko B, Ware coming down, and he's got Frankie with him, a tremendous individual. And this capacity crowd on hand is really taking a shine to this youngster. Let's go right now and take a look at what Frankie is all about.
Oh, I feel so good. How about you, Frankie? Don't you feel good today? Yeah, he feels good. You see, Frankie, he's all in the WWF. He's flying all over the world. I'm telling you, Frankie is on his way to Hollywood, brother. I'm telling you, everybody know about Koko Ware, but do you know about Frankie? Because Frankie is flying, baby. Whoa, yeah!
Koko says, in fact, that the bird's name is Frankie B. Ware.
Well, I'll tell you something. If I had my way, Monsoon, that thing would be resting in a bag of shake and bake right now.
Oh, come on, you can't help but like it. Look at that. How could you not like that?
Easy. I don't like anything foul.
Oh. Frankie being assisted there by one of the Federettes, and this guy right here doesn't need any assistance. Koko B, Ware invading the World Wrestling Federation, and this week his opponent here on Wrestling Challenge, Steve Lombardi.
Somebody ought to tell this Koko B, Ware that this isn't make it or break it. This is the World Wrestling Federation.
Are you saying that he wouldn't fare well with any of the guys in your family?
Are you kidding me? That bird would be an orphan.
Look out, in for the ride. Crisscross here now. Who's going to make the stop? There he is. Lombardi down over the top quickly. Nice leapfrog. Oh, nice scoot in underneath. Lombardi went for a nice move, but he got caught. Koko a little bit too smart for that. The Birdman just dropped him.
That's amazing. That is amazing. You'd make that statement. Koko is too smart.
Why, doesn't he resemble that remark?
He doesn't look too bright to me.
Oh. Well, the guy that's coming in our next match doesn't look too bright either.
But it's Mr. Wonderful.
The Benedict Arnold of the wrestling world coming up. Backing him into the corner now. Lombardi trying to assert it. Oh, right in a kisser with that shot. Koko doesn't waste any time in retaliating. Yeah, he's got the crowd behind him for sure. You must admit the guy's exciting, buddy. Admit it.
Well, I'll tell you this much about him.
Well?
I'm trying to think of something.
Oh, come on.
I guess to the average person with a third-grade education that works 8 to 5 and punches a clock and wears a white sock and a brown sock and's got the same pair at home in the drawer, I guess he'd be exciting to them.
I figured you'd say something like that. Lombardi with a nice shoulder block. Koko down in front quickly. Oh, nice hip lock. Very high and well executed. And another one as Lombardi comes charging in. Lombardi retreated immediately to the corner, trying to regroup maybe a little bit. The Rebel Dick Slater joining us here this week on Wrestling Challenge, along with Valentine and Beefcake, former champions, the Dream Team. and the wild man Sika.
And the Wizard.
And the Wizard, you bet. Look out, nice reversal. Wow, Lombardi just rammed that left shoulder right into the steel turnbuckle. That could be the beginning of the end for him. Nice flying elbow. Frankie watching patiently at ringside. Neck breaker, well executed. Oh, he's giving a sign here. We might see the Ghostbuster, I believe it's called. We'll take a look at it. Here it comes. Watch out. Oh, yes, he did it. Oh, nobody's going to get up from that, Bobby.
I don't think so.
Get the hot shower ready. This one's over. Frankie let out a little hoot there. He seemed to know what's going down here.
I'll tell you something, Monsoon. That was devastating.
It certainly was.
Here is your winner, the Birdman, Koko B. Ware.
Koko B. Ware on to victory here this week on Wrestling Challenge. And he is excitement personified. He's giving it all he's got here in the World Wrestling Federation.
But he'd never get any member of my family in that position to do that to.
Right now, wrestling fans, in the World Wrestling Federation magazine, there's a special column for Wrestlers Rebuttal, and we've got a rebuttal right now from Rody Piper, and you can bet he's got a lot to say about the Magnificent One and his former henchman.
I mean, we got to listen to this big mouth.
Orton. Cockroaches. Flies. Mosquitoes that bite you, the female kind. You know Bobby Orton, the female. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You and your pretty pink cowboy hat. Morocco, the Hawaiian beach bum, the surfer, the great surfer. You know, he'd have to have a surfboard the size of the Bismarck. They win any kind of star. Are you kidding? And these boys hurt my knee. I think I'm going to lay down. This ain't Punky Brewster, baby.
Right now, wrestling fans, let's take you to the Benedict Arnold, Paul Orndorff, and some of his outlandish lifestyles.
This is the kind of treatment that Mr. Wonderful gets. This is the type of treatment that he deserves, that he owns, that he has, and that he is. He is Mr. Wonderful. I pay a lot of money to have my hair, my nails, my shoes shine. And these ladies right here are who help me. They're the one that make me what I am. They help to make me what Mr. Wonderful really is. We ready to begin?
Yes, sir.
See, I demand this. I demand every hair in the right place. I demand my nails done perfectly because I'm a perfectionist. I demand my shoes to be done right. That's the way I am. That's the way I am when I step into the ring. That's why this face looks the way it looks. The hair. Everything. I pay more money on my hair and my face and my shoes than most people make in a year. I spend that in a week. Last time you did my nails, they weren't up to my expectation. I didn't really like them.
Oh, I'm
You didn't really
sorry.
put enough shine. You need to buff them a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
There was a glare in them. Could you go a little easy on the hair? You might pull one out.
Yes, sir.
I've told you that before, haven't I?
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Stop everything. Wait. Hold it. Why isn't somebody doing my shoes?
I'm sorry, Karen?
I'm sorry. You know, every time I come in here, something is going wrong. I told you how I want things done right. She should have been here.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wonderful.
Everybody's sorry.
Take care of it, Mr. Wonderful. But, Mr. Wonderful, these are sneakers.
Don't make no difference what they are. Just start doing them.
Yes, sir, Mr. Wonderful.
Scrub them. That's what you're supposed to do. And get on your hands and knees and scrub them. That's better. Shine that shoe, girl. Come on. Put some elbow grease behind it.
Yes, Mr.
That's what I
Wonderful.
paid you for.
Yes, sir.
That's what I pay you 50 cents an hour. More than you're worth. Probably more than all y'all are worth. Let me see this. This is disgusting. I want you to look at that. Look at them. Look at that. It looks like she's been biting them. Look at that. Has she or hasn't she? Look at that. There's a big chunk out of it. You've been biting on my nails.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wonderful.
I don't, no, never mind. Shine that shoe, girl.
Yes, sir, Mr. Wonderful.
Buff it.
Yes, sir.
Spit some, put a little spit on it, spit on it. That's all right, spit on that thing. Shine it fast, you gotta do it faster.
Yes, sir.
How many pairs of shoes do you shine a day?
10, 12.
You don't, no wonder you're so bad, no wonder. I want the best.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Come on, there's a black spot right on the tip. See right on there, come on, do it. Spit, do something, get the black off of it. That's terrible. I cannot believe that I come in here and spend $500 or $600 twice a week and to try to get a decent shoe shine and look at them. They're terrible. How many times have you done this, young lady?
Hundreds, sir.
Hundreds. Well, you're not very damn good at it, I'll tell you that much. Look at the black all over them. These are brand new tennis shoes. Look at them. That's not doing any good. It's terrible. Give me the mirror a minute. This is getting ridiculous. Don't just drop it. You hand it to me.
Sorry, Mr. Wonderful.
Look at this. Look at that. It's terrible. That is the worst piece of work that I've ever seen in my life. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve this.
Is a one-fall bout. Introducing in the ring at this time from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 231 pounds, Tony Parks. The opponent, accompanied by his manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan, from Tampa, Florida, weighing 252 pounds, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Well, as Mr. Benedict Arnold makes his way down to the ringside here, accompanied by his manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Johnny B has joined me here in the broadcast position. Why is that music playing right now, Johnny B?
Well, I think it's very apropos. After all, that music best exemplifies a true American hero, Paul Orndorff. Everybody wants to be like Paul Orndorff, and as I said before, and I'll say it again, those who don't want to are just merely living in a cage somewhere in Newark, Delaware, or else they're very jealous people.
You know for a fact that that particular music does, in fact, belong to the world's heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan.
Well, that's your version of the top 10. Mine is Orndorff all the way.
Bobby the Brain Heenan expounding the virtues of Paul Orndorff. And Orndorff looking for the cheers from this capacity crowd this week here on Wrestling Challenge and not getting any. There's silence out there.
These people are totally astounded. They can't believe what they see. A true athlete in the ring right there. Each and every one of these law-abiding citizens right here love Paul Orndorff. Look at that sign over there. It says Paul,
Mr. Wonderless.
It says wonderful.
They're going to get you a pair of glasses, Johnny V.
Yeah, not yours, or else I'll walk into the walls.
Opposition this week here on Wrestling Challenge, Tony Parks. I'll give you this. I'll give credit where credit is due. No one is denying the wrestling ability or the capabilities or the physique of Paul Orndorff. Only some of the disgusting tactics that he uses.
Now you're telling the truth, and that's all it comes right down to, ladies and
Are
gentlemen,
you admitting
boys and girls.
that he did some disgusting things?
No, I'm not. I'm admitting the man is a tremendous athlete. This guy is a gifted athlete, and he's your next heavyweight champion, and his name's Paul Orndorff, and you're going to see why right now when they lock up, folks.
Well, Paul Orndorff has to get by if he wants to get the heavyweight championship belt around his waist. One awesome individual.
How about that move, Monsoon?
It was a nice, simple suplex.
You bet your puppy that was a nice suplex.
Orndorff relentless in his attack. Doesn't give you an inch. Of course, he doesn't ask for any either.
See, this kid's going to go home tonight, this young athlete here himself, and tell his folks, if he can survive through this, that he was in the ring with the great Paul Orndorff.
Tony Parks on the outside, and Orndorff right out after him. Throws the youngster right back in again. Isn't that kind of ridiculous, Johnny? Throw the guy out of the ring and throw him right back in.
Out all around the town, baby. There's a beautiful clothesline. Yes, only Paul Orndorff can deliver.
Tremendous clothesline delivered by Benedict Arnold. Mr. Not so wonderful in my book, Paul Orndorff, and he's getting the boos and the catcalls now.
There are no catcalls out there. These people love this guy. They love Paul Orndorff.
Pile driver coming up, and he can deliver it like no one else. Oh, look out.
Turn the lights out.
Good night. Referee with an easy 3 count could have counted to perhaps 300.
How about 3 million?
Look at, he's still there waiting and listening for the cheers that are not there.
The winner of this bout, Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff.
Orndorff victorious here this week on Wrestling Challenge. And in fact, I don't know of anyone that delivers the pile driver with a force that Mr. Wonderful does.
He drives him down like a nail, don't he?
Let's go back, if we can, to the video replay and take a look just in fact how powerful that pile driver is.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what it's all about. It's Eccentric Henrik, number 54.
Easy
sword
cover.
in the morning, the whole thing.
Right now, wrestling fans, let's go to some interesting comments from one of the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation.
So many things and events have taken place here in the World Wrestling Federation the past few weeks that it does indeed boggle the mind. In fact, just before we came on, I was talking about a number of those instances with a very popular Tito Santana. Tito, I know you're still foremost in your mind chasing one Randy Macho Man Savage, but before we get into that, what took place in the challenge, if you will, between Piper's Pit and the Flower Shop was about as despicable an act as I've ever seen. And I guess, in your opinion, what in the world is coming over Morocco, Bob Orton, even Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South?
It's beyond my, I can't even comprehend what took place. You know, I don't understand it, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Rody Piper. I understand that he's starting to come around, and I can't wait to see the day when Don Morocco has to face Rody Piper or Orton has to face Rody Piper. They will pay. Ken, I want to take a little time. You know, we travel a lot of different parts in the country, and there's a lot of Spanish people that I want to say a few words to. Quiero saludarle a toda la gente que me está escuchando por donde quiera que voy, porque entre más vengo a luchar a lugares donde hay gente mexicana, me siento más y más mejor en tener la oportunidad de representar a todos ustedes. Y cuando entro al ring y miro que hay gente mexicana por donde quiera, me siento yo muy orgulloso y feliz. Y ustedes saben bien que la gente latina le da apoyo a la gente latina y les doy las gracias y los espero ver por donde quiera que voy.
Tito, whether it's in Spanish, English, or any other language, what are the chances of putting enough pressure on to get a rematch with Randy Savage?
Well, Ken, you know very well that Savage is the least guy that puts the belt in the line least of any champion. But I'm not going to stop chasing you, Savage. When there's a slot, brother, I'm going to walk right in, and I'm going to take that belt back.
As popular as they come, Tito Santana.
This bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Sioux City, Iowa, weighing 238 pounds, Bob
Bradley. And soon to be entering the ring area from Richmond, Virginia, weighing 243 pounds, the Rebel, Dick Slater.
Rebel Dick Slater making his way down here as this capacity crowd comes to its feet to take a look at the Rebel Dick Slater.
Does this hayseed have any idea that the war's been over 100 years?
Yeah, I'm sure he does, but I don't appreciate you're sending Johnny V out here. He was obnoxious.
Johnny V is my compatriot.
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
We help each other out.
The Rebel Dick Slater, newcomer here to the World Wrestling Federation, but certainly no stranger to the squared circle. And the referee for this particular matchup, Danny Davis, one of our lovely Federettes, collecting the ring attire. Bob Bradley, trimmed down quite a bit since the last time I've seen Mr. Bradley. Slater doesn't waste any time. Backing him into the corner. Turn around nicely. Look out. Hip lock nicely done right out of the corner by the Rebel. Oh, drops an elbow right on him.
You know, this Rebel, I understand, has got a very short temper.
Oh, there's been tons of mail pouring into the World Wrestling Federation about referee Danny Davis. Let's go to it.
I hear you people have been writing a lot of letters about me to the WWF. You fans. Well, you know nothing about refereeing. You can write all the letters you want because it's going to do you people no good. I'm going to do the job just as I've always done.
You mean the horrible job that he's used to doing? Is that what he means?
Well, I think the man means
he's partial
doing
individual.
I think he does a fair job, yeah.
Fair job. A referee, Bobby the Brain, has to be completely straight down the middle.
Well, that's what I mean. A fair job. He's fair to both men.
Get out.
Well, you asked my opinion, Monsoon.
Yeah, I'm sorry I did.
Well, then don't ask me anymore.
Look out, the Rebel unloading with a nice elbow. Snapmare takes Bradley down to the canvas. Here he comes. Drops that elbow right in the throat area. That could be close to being a disqualification. Surprised Danny Davis didn't. Bradley not faring too well in this matchup. Nice roll up, shoulders are down, 2 count. A very slow 2 count at that. Oh, small package, hook both legs, could be all over right here. No. Bradley with still enough left to kick out. Irish whipping, no, reversal by Bob. Oh, the Rebel grabs the rope and whoa, what a move that was. As Bradley was going for a high cross body, the Rebel just vacated the vicinity and he went flying over that top rope. Look at Davis pushing him back now.
Well, the man's supposed to back up. He wants to be fair.
Back up as long as you're not doing anything. If you're within the confines of the ring, that's perfectly legal.
Monsoon, you got to run. The reason he's backing him up, he wants to give Bradley a fair chance to get back in. If anything, he's more biased for Bradley.
Suplex coming up from the outside. Nicely executed. Going to the outside, the Rebel. Uh-oh, up to the top turnbuckle. Very high-risk move here. Flying elbow off the top turnbuckle. This could be the end. 1, 2 count, yes.
Fair count.
Pretty fair, straight, even 3 count there. I don't have any problem with that. On to victory here this week, the Rebel Dick Slater.
Here is your winner, a Rebel Dick Slater.
Dick Slater making waves here in the World Wrestling Federation and especially here on Wrestling Challenge. Let's go back and take a look at that patented little action earlier on in the match. Look at this as Bradley goes flying. Wow, Slater dropped down in a hurry and right over the top down to the concrete. And now coming off the top turnbuckle with that elbow, whammo, right between the eyes of Bob Bradley. And believe me, that's all she wrote. Right now, here's something of special interest.
Well, I certainly don't need to remind you fans of the tremendous competition here in the World Wrestling Federation, especially in the tag team picture. And granted, many tag teams come into the World Wrestling Federation, realize the competition is just too tough and suddenly vanish. But one team that has literally burst upon the scene, coming down out of Canada, Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeau brothers. And in fact, Raymond, as I recollect, since coming to the World Wrestling Federation, you and your brother are still undefeated.
That's exactly right, Kenny. And you remember when we came here, we told you we had some definite plans, and our plans were to become the World Tag Team Champions. And in order to do that, we're fighting all the teams that are coming up. We're not dodging any because we want to make our mark real fast in the World Wrestling Federation. And as you said, we have been undefeated, and we have been climbing the ladder. So, champions, watch out.
We're talking, Jacques, about not ducking anyone. If anything, some of the more formidable teams, the likes of the Dream Team, the Hart Foundation, Volkov and Sheik, trying to do everything they can to avoid stepping into the ring with you and your brother.
Well, definitely the competition is the greatest in the world. But one thing, like my brother was saying, we're not going to the promoters and begging them for championship matches. We're going to wait till the promoters take a good look at us and say, and the people take a good look at us and say, why don't the Rougeau have a championship match? And that's what we're waiting for. Just in case there is some French people on the road, because we've met a lot down the road in California to New York. Je voudrais dire aux gens, ceux qui parlent français, que ça nous fait plaisir quand vous venez aux arénas et puis vous nous dites bonjour, parce qu'on vient du Québec, on aime parler français, même on aime beaucoup l'Amérique, les Américains, mais on aime toujours notre langue natale qui est la langue canadienne-française.
Very quick, Jacques, in English translation.
Well, it's just nice to meet the French people that come to the arenas and see us because French is our native language, and it's always nice to talk French because we come from there.
They are indeed the Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond. I guarantee you'll be hearing a lot more about these two in the weeks and months to come here in the World Wrestling Federation.
The following is a one-fall tag team bout. Introducing first from New Haven, Connecticut, weighing 255 pounds, Jerry Allen. His partner from Portland, Oregon, at 242 pounds, Rick Hunter. The opponents accompanied by their manager, the luscious Johnny V. He represents the Dream Team from San Francisco, California, 263 pounds, Brutus Beefcake. His tag team partner from Seattle, Washington, at 248 pounds, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
The Dream Team and Johnny V here this week on Wrestling Challenge. In fact, later on in the program, Bobby, we're going to be taking a look at a non-title matchup, the reigning champions, the British Bulldogs.
You know why they're the champions? Because they have so many non-title matches. They're gutless.
Give me a break. Yeah. Bell's gone. Of course, the Dream Team well on its way to climbing the ladder back up there after the devastation, the nightmare, shall I say, that went down in part of WrestleMania 2 when the Bulldogs took the title from them.
That's exactly right. They didn't win it, they took it.
Yeah, they took the belts, put them around their waist because they were declared the victors. Jerry Allen, a relatively newcomer here to the World Wrestling Federation, teaming up with Ricky Hunter, a real ring veteran. They should present some stiff competition for the Dream Team.
Johnny V's got something very important to let you know how he handles wrestling managing and doing wrestling commentating.
How do I handle it, Bobby the Brain Heenan? When I'm down here slapping, you're up there rapping, see? And when I'm up there rapping, you're down here slapping. But let me tell you something, Bobby the Brain Heenan, unless it's JV, we get it all together because we can do it all. You know why? Funny you should ask. Because we're like two peas in a pot. And you know as well as I do, it's JV. Oh, yeah.
Thank God you're not both up here rapping or down there slapping.
You know, if I decide to make a decision, Monsoon, you might be one of the Federettes carrying a jacket back, and this might be me and Johnny V show.
Highly unlikely, but if the thought entertains you, be my guest. In the meantime, the Dream Team doing a number. Oh, nice sunset flip. Will he get a momentum? No. Beefcake planted one right between the eyes of Jerry Allen. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to put something by the Dream Team, Bobby. They are probably, experience-wise, no team any better.
Your best bet's not to go to bed.
Why is that?
Well, you don't have to get up and worry about them.
Oh, okay. Nice knee lift by Hunter as he's made the tag in. Now the Dream, Brutus on the receiving end. Look out, nice reversal. Wow, followed him right in with an elbow, and down went Mr. Hunter. Valentine doing the cheering. Wow, a nice power slam. Could have had a 3 count there. He jerked him up by the hair.
I like it.
Yeah, I figured you would.
I bet Mr. Hunter will go back and tell the Bulldogs, you better be worried about the Dream Team.
Tag made to the Hammer, and he comes in and does what he does best. Drops that hammer on him. Here comes another one.
Those are all little messages, Monsoon.
Johnny V constantly signaling instructions in. Perhaps we'll see the figure 4 leg lock. Johnny V says, yes, go for it. It's slapped on right in the center of the ring, and referee Dave Hebner doesn't waste any time in calling for the bell. That could cause a serious injury to the knee. And there's your winners.
The winners of this bout, the Dream Team, Brutus Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brutus Beefcake, chalking up another impressive victory here this week on Wrestling Challenge, and that moves him up one more rung on the ladder, closer to that title shot.
You know, they probably got the biggest list of wins probably than any team in wrestling.
Here we go. Johnny V said slap it on, and the Hammer does that in great style as he puts on that patented figure 4 leg lock of his, and once he cinches that thing up good and tight, there is no getting out. I don't care who you are. Right now, wrestling fans, it's time to go to Jake the Snake in the Snake Pit and his guest, the Junkyard Dog.
And now here is Jake the Snake Roberts in the Snake Pit.
Aren't you tired of waiting? Aren't you tired of waiting? But see, that's the way I can do things, because this is my little segment in the show. I tell you when I come out, and you have to sit there and wait. Well, welcome to the theater of the cruel but fair. Don't feel bad, though. You're waiting just like my next guest is waiting, just like a little idiot waiting for me to say his name, because he can't come out here until I say it. Well, come on out, Junkyard Dog. Look what I brought for you, my man. Huh? What do you think of this? Isn't this nice? What's the chain for, anyway?
My mama didn't raise no fool. I bought this for Damien.
Hey, now I know your people are superstitious, and I know that you might be afraid of ghosts, but the snake, come on, my man. You know, when I think of the Junkyard Dog, I think of a man that if he was arrested and tried by a jury and a judge and sentenced to die to be for a great wrestler, they would have convicted an innocent man.
And by the same token, if they took your brain and weaved it into cotton for knitting, they wouldn't have enough to make a net a boot.
Let me tell you something right now, brother. If we ever meet in the ring, you be sure and bring that silly music, and you bring the words too, because I'll tell you something, I'm gonna make you sing.
You don't make me do nothing. Ain't but two things I'm gonna be made to do, and that's stay black and die.
Let me say this. Do you respect the snake?
I gotta respect. I'm gonna lay in the rest so my man, good man above, JC, won't have Damien and you on this earth to be messing with. You bring him on.
Just remember, I'm the one your mother always told you about.
The following bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the manager, the Wizard. He represents from the jungles of Samoa at an even 300 pounds, Sika. The opponent from Puerto Rico, weighing 241 pounds, Jose Luis Rivera.
Talk about strange-looking individuals as this capacity crowd looks on. We've got two of the strangest in the Wizard and one is Sika. I wouldn't buy a used car from either one of those guys, Bobby.
How would you like Sika to be at your door asking if your daughter would like to go to the drive-in?
Please. Immediately unloading on Jose Luis, and now he's outside, and Sika follows him right out and continues to go to work on him. And listen to that horrendous voice of the Wizard. You can hear it echoing all over this building. Big elbow off the ropes by Sika, a wild man from the island of Samoa.
You know, this Wizard is probably the most traveled manager in the history of wrestling. He's been to every continent, every place, looking for talent.
I heard him earlier on, Bobby, claiming that he was in direct communication with the Grand Wizard. In fact, you never know what's going to come out of the mouth of the Wizard.
He's an interesting man, I'll tell you that.
Let's listen to him.
Fine.
200 million people wonder what the mighty Sika's appetite really consists of. But only the key is in the herbs that I hold in Shah Khan's tooth.
Shah Khan's tooth, obviously, a whole lot of things could be packed into that, Bobby.
Well, when you're talking about that man's diet, I think the thing you have to worry about is his appetite.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't...
It's not what he eats, it's how much of it.
Yeah. It doesn't look like he's missed too many meals. Reverse chinlock right now on Jose Luis.
It looks like he could eat a Buick.
Look at that kisser. I wonder who does his hair.
Probably the state.
Well, wouldn't surprise me.
It's his style, though. That's from his country. That's fine.
Sure.
No reason to make fun of the man.
I'm not making fun of him. Only of the way he looks. Rivera now starting to mount some kind of offense. Drop kick, but Sika very close to the corner, and he didn't even go down with that one. And now, look out. Oh, that's 300 pounds plus, coming right down with a headbutt. Goodbye. I expected Jose Luis Rivera to give Sika a whole lot more than that.
I like the eyes. I like Sika's eyes.
You like Sika's eyes?
Yeah.
Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, Sika.
Sika chalks up another one here on Wrestling Challenge. Well, if Sika weighs 315 or 25 pounds, how much does the Wizard weigh, Bobby?
I don't know how much a Wizard weighs.
Gotta
I've
be
never
around
weighed a Wizard.
400. Looks to me to be about 400. Let's go back and take a look at the video replay. Rivera here started something, had some offense going, but look at this. He runs right into the karate kick in the shoulder area, but that's not enough because look at this. Headbutt by Sika right in the cranium. Referee Joe Morello down, easy 1, 2, 3 count. He is awesome, Bobby.
Look at the Wizard. There's the Wizard.
The Wizard with a Shark Khan tiger tooth. Who knows what's in there? Wrestling fans, we'll be right back with the British Bulldogs after this. I knew it would just be a matter of time until the brain went to the Dogs. So let's go to the British Bulldogs along with Matilda.
Hey, I never went to the Dogs.
Matilda. Hey.
Come on, I can't believe. No, I just came from across the street. I can't believe this. You talk about mutts. This is a mutt. How can you tell which end is which on this dog?
Hey, this is our new pet bulldog, Matilda. And all I have to do is say one word, and she'll rip your leg right off.
You're gonna sick that flea-infested beast on me, pal.
The following is a non-title tag team bout scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 250 pounds, Rudy Diamond. His partner from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, at 227 pounds, Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal. The opponents, soon to be entering the ring area, hail from England at a combined weight of 475 pounds, Davey Boy Smith, the Dynamite Kid, the British Bulldogs.
The reigning World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Dynamite Kid Davey Boy Smith, along with Matilda, who I understand you know quite well now.
Well, I'd like to apologize to Matilda. She's not as ugly as I thought after looking at the face of both the Bulldogs.
You're lucky she didn't take a chunk out of your leg. Talk about dynamic duos. You're looking at a pair of them right now, and their new mascot, Matilda.
Look at a smile on her. Or was that the other? I can't tell.
She's lovely. Capacity crowd on hand here this week on Wrestling Challenge, and boy, they all stood. Tremendous standing ovation for the British Bulldogs. And there goes one of our lovely fedorettes with Matilda.
You know, I can't understand that. When they come to the ring, who's walking who?
What do you mean,
Matilda walking those two mutts, or is those two mutts walking Matilda?
I'll tell you, if they decide to turn her loose on you, you'll find out in a hurry.
Yeah, and I'll kick that dog so hard she'll be eating puppy chow with nowhere to gums for 6 months.
Steve Regal starting off here with Davey Boy. Wow. Oh, headbutt from the outside by the Dynamite Kid, and Regal's in trouble already. Dynamite, look out, snap suplex, yes. No one in the entire wrestling world does it like that, Bobby.
No, you're right about that, Monsoon. I'll have to say that. No one does it like that.
Tremendous snap suplex. Regal now turns the tables. Dynamite right up over the top. Oh, he went for a sunset roll-up, and Regal, elbow drop missed. The action is fantastic and furious here. Another quick tag made. Reaches back, makes a tag to Rudy Diamond. Barefooted, I might add, Rudy Diamond. Could be a dangerous thing to do here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, Rudy hasn't blown a whole lot of money on ring attire.
No, he certainly has not. Arm wringer on Davey Boy. Nice roll up under in a back roll. And another front flip, and turns it around. Nice arm wringer of his own. This is a non-title matchup.
As usual for them, because they're too gutless to put the title on the line.
Well, that's not exactly true, because only the championship committee decides when the title should go on the line, not the Bulldogs.
What are they going to do, eventually get a World Championship belt made for Matilda?
Well, that's possible. Maybe you'd consider donating the King's Crown.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh. Don't you ever in the same breath talk about the King and that mutt.
Well, I did, in fact.
Well, you're lucky he's not here to hear it.
Diamond in trouble as Davey Boy scoops him up like a sack of potatoes. Power slam perhaps coming up, yes. And a beauty. Down for the cover, one. Uh-oh. Davey Boy caught out of the corner of his eye. Regal coming in, look at this. Tag made. Oh, what a tremendous headbutt. Goodbye. This one is history.
4 men in the ring. They should make the match start again.
I hope that King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd are watching, because they're looking at a fantastic duo in the reigning champions.
Here are your winners, the World Tag Team Champions, the British Bulldogs.
British Bulldogs victorious here this week on Wrestling Challenge. And Matilda will be proud of them, as all the wrestling fans are.
There's Matilda smiling again.
Matilda looking on here at ringside, being picked up now by Davey Boy. These guys are something else. Maybe we'll have some kind of a coronation from the Queen for Matilda as well.
Hey, you're lucky the King isn't up here right now, Monsoon.
Well,
the King is busy.
There they go, the reigning champions, World Tag Team Champions here in the World Wrestling Federation. Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith, and their new mascot, Matilda, who the Brain is extremely fond of.
Yeah, I'm in love with Matilda.
Let's go back and take a look. Here it comes, the Power Slam.
That is devastating. But this move, you watch what's coming up here. See, that's illegal now. They should make Mr. Electricity get out of the ring.
There's the tag made right there, Bobby. Nothing. Mr. Electricity seemed to be lacking a little voltage in this match, Bobby.
Watch this.
Oh, tremendous headbutt right into the sternum area. And believe me, that's all she wrote. There's always something special going on in the World Wrestling Federation. Let's spread the word right now.
Oh, what a great week of action it's been here in the World Wrestling Federation, as it is each and every week. Now, as you wrestling fans know, there is a great deal of money involved in professional wrestling, to say the least, emblematic of the tremendous, the sellout crowds that seem to come out whenever the stars of the World Wrestling Federation appear. But one man who has certainly been digging down very deep into his money bags is none other than the Doctor of Style, a gentleman, if you will, by the name of Slick. Now, Slick, I know the tremendous amount of money you say you spent to acquire the services of Nikolai Volkov, the Iron Sheik, Hercules Hernandez, and now suddenly the natural Butch Reed, also under your guidance in your stable, if you will.
And let all the competition killer kin beware. You know, when you've got it, you don't have to talk about it. You can just show it. You understand what I'm talking about? I said when I made my arrival into the World Wrestling Federation that I was here to establish managerial supremacy. And that's exactly what I, along with my illustrious and eminent partner, Classy Fred Blassie, have done. Now, you know about the reputations of the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. You know about the reputations of Hercules Hernandez. But now, brother, I've outdone myself. Mr. Natural, Butch Reed, he's going to rewrite the record books. He has outclassed, and surpassed everything that's ever hit the World Wrestling Federation. You know what I'm talking about? Now take a look at what you have before you here. Two of the finest physical specimens in professional wrestling today, Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik.
Well, Nikolai Volkov, I would imagine you must be wondering when and if your managers, Classy Freddie Blassie and the Doctor of Style Slick, will gain you and Iron Sheik a shot at the champion British Bulldogs.
You know, that's the reason why we have a manager, to get us British Bulldogs, to make him sign the contract on the paper, because every time we ask them to sign the paper, they find some excuse. They say, we are sick, we cannot make it, they miss the plane. But sooner or later, they gonna have to find, and then when we sign the paper, tell them, Sheik, what gonna happen to them?
You know, Kenny Resnick, it doesn't matter. Sooner or later, like Nicholas said, we are in the WWF for one reason, to show all American people and WWF wrestler, Russia and Iran always was a #1, and still we are #1. Sooner or later, every intelligent American they know, from Madison Square Garden, John F. Kennedy Airport to Olympic City, Los Angeles, California, they know we was a champion, and still we are champion. How can that be this body doesn't be champion? Look at us.
Just look at us. Look at his body against British
Bulldogs. The Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, part of the family of the Doctor of Style Slick.
#1, look at that.
Well, wrestling fans, another tremendous lineup here next week on Wrestling Challenge. A whole host of tremendous talent. We're going to take a look at a special tag team match. Ace Cowboy Bob Orton teaming up with the magnificent Morocco, and you can bet that Mr. Fuji in the mouth of the South will be there.
You can bet. Oh, and Hillbilly Jim, I got a little surprise for him. I went visiting to some of his relatives.
What kind of surprise?
I'll show you later on.
Well, we're also going to take a look at Slick as he brings in the natural Butch Reed here to Wrestling Challenge next week, and the dangerous, ever dangerous Ugandan headhunter Kamala, you know the wizard, won't be far behind.
Won't be far. And these three
The
buffoons.
fabulous Giants will go car shopping with us next week, along with a whole lot more. All that coming up next week. Bobby the Brain Heenan for Johnny V. This is Gorilla Monsoon saying so long, everybody.